Because, guys, this class is supposed to start at 10:14. What time is it right now? 10:17. And, like, we're still kind of waiting. Like, there's still people in the restroom and whatever else. So the main thing that we're waiting for at the start of class is you guys, but you could be working on your homework, right? Like, you don't need to wait. So if you get out 3-1-2, 3-1-2, and we probably had some order of operations practice written down. Let's check 19 and then 20, please. So 19, we got a negative plus a negative. They're going to go the same direction. Or if we think of them as bad guys, they're going to team up. Yes. Here. Let's just get down to it. It's okay, we're late, but let's get down to it. Yeah, but I just started my work on it. Yeah, I just did a little bit of work on it. Any questions on 19? Okay, yeah. Dramatic. What? I just drew little diagram pictures to show. You could also draw like the pluses and minuses, but as we call them, they're the positives and negatives. So you could also draw those. I just kind of like thinking in number lines because it helps me think like if I'm going left and going left farther, or if I'm going right and then going left. So you can do it like, guys, your homework is for you. Your table's at an awkward angle, by the way. I know that sometimes they can move on their own, but if you want to fix that, it's kind of awkward feng shui right now. Your homework is for you. You are not really doing this practice for me. Obviously, I check it to make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to, but you're doing this so that you have practice. So let's look at 20 here. Sorry if it's a little tough to see my B. Order of operations. Right now, first they ask us to circle the terms. Terms are separated by addition. This is 3-1-2. So it's due tomorrow. 3-1-2. And I don't know that we'll get to checking 3-2-1. That's also one of the ones due tomorrow. We might not check that till tomorrow. We're checking it like going over if there's questions or whatever else. So then again, and guys remember, this is recorded. This is like the red border tells you that we're recording this. You can go back and check it in YouTube if you need to. Order of operations says we always got to do grouping symbols first. Brackets, parentheses, absolute values. So remember, we said parentheses should really be called grouping symbols. It should really be GEMDAS. So there's our answers for 20. Let's move on to 21. So what is the value of Justin's diagram? Well, that's 0 because we have an equal number of positives and negatives. But then if Justin takes away 3 positives, what is still left? An extra 3 negatives. The other way around for part C, if you remove 3 negatives, what is left? 3 extra positives. Come on.
For C, do you have to write positive 3 or do we just write 3?
I mean, if you have 3, it's assumed it's positive. So you never have to put a plus in front of a positive number. I'm just doing it to be like extra detailed. Like for clarification, right?
If he removed 3 positive tiles, why do you not count the other 3 negative tiles?
You do. So right here, but then in C, he starts with the original diagram again. Right, so in B, he removed 3 positives. Right here, moved 3 positives. That's how we ended up with -3. But then we start with the original again.
Okay.
By the way, guys, if you're looking to get homework help, please come at AO or like early during extensions. I got to leave early today to go to the chiropractor. Trying to get back. I know I'm trying to get back into the swing of it. I have not gone since COVID. So, well, I went last night, got X-rays and everything, but they're gonna actually adjust me.
I go like
I know you guys take better care of yourselves than we do.
my chiropractor is awesome.
Probability, and this is not a multiple choice question. Some people I think thought it was multiple choice. Check what I have up there. If you don't have the same thing, ask a question about why. Step 1 is figure out the totals. Step 2, well, total singular. Step 2, how many of the thing we're talking about over that total. If you don't have this homework out to check right now, I am concerned that either you're way too confident in your answers or you just don't have it done, which either way is concerning since it's due tomorrow. Especially 23. Check that. Sorry, questions, Eli. You do not have to unless it tells us to. So did it say simplify? Nope. So I mean, we could leave it unreduced if we want. I just like to simplify because, you know, I'm the math teacher, and if I'm going to show you guys these answer keys, I might as well also show it simplified. Guys, any percent over 100 is a number over 1. Any percent over 100, because guys, if you order 3 pizzas and they bring you 200% of what you ordered, that's more than one order. That's more than what you asked for, which would be great. I'd love for that to happen. If somebody can hook me up with some free pizzas, that'd be great. All right, that is 3-1-2. If we have time, we might check 3-2-1 because obviously it's the next homework. But for now, we should probably get into our lesson. Yes.
So, for B, it says it had 23.
For B on the percent problem.
No, B on the platinum.
Okay, not plastic. So if we subtract the amount of plastic from the total,
Yeah, wouldn't that be?
if the total was 35 and there were 15 plastic, we good now? Yeah, if we do that subtraction.
I was thinking, I know, it was off of the 5.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Anything else? I don't want to move on till we're ready to, but like half of us don't even have this homework out to check it. Jack?
I did like for the or, because I think before, like, at different like lesson, you said that or could mean like.
Or is either of them will make us happy. So that's why we added, because either of the glass or plastic would make us happy.
So,
Does that make sense now? It's okay if you had the wrong answer. Guys, this is when you want to make your mistakes, is doing the practice work. This is when you want to screw up and go, oh, because you want to remember that when you're taking the mastery, right? That moment of like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. Now, if you just get it right the first time, great. But if you're going to make a mistake on your practice is when you want to do it.
can you go back to the first problem?
Later, because you were late. Sorry, we got to get into the lesson. So later, like at the end of class, we'll probably have time. Howard's situation is on your paper. So give a gander at your 3-2-4 paper. Yeah, gander, that's a nice fun word. Anyone want to read? Safe, do you have this ready? All right, start reading about Howard.
Howard went to the mall and saw a banner announcing, all sporting goods 1/10 off. He saw a pair of rollerblade laces for 40 cents. He wanted to find out how much he would save. With your team, follow the steps that will help Howard to determine his savings.
I have a feeling that 1/10 off is important because I think we should start making our notes more decorated. I think we need to highlight more. Grab a highlighter, highlight 1/10 off. Yeah.
Wouldn't you just like do
I don't mean, will that give us our answer? Will it give us the discount? I think I need a bit more detail out here. Like maybe, but I think we need to say a little bit more.
Wait, so let me get this straight. Bro wants to buy roller
Laces, like just shoelaces. So check it. We just highlighted. Hey, I'm going to show you how to do one of these, and you're probably going to understand, and then you'll probably be able to do it on your own. We're only going to use one of these 100th grids for this problem. This is a 10 by 10, but we're going to use it to represent 100%. So, like, if we have 100% of 40 cents, so let's go ahead. I'm trying to decide colors. I'm in a great debate over here. Let's try to shade in 40 cents. So if this is 10 by 10, we can probably just do what's in each column. 10. So you can use your pencil or highlighter or something. Guys, I would use a lighter highlighter right now, like how I'm using yellow. I'd probably use like yellow or orange, something like that. So here is our 40 cents. Right, there's our 40 cents. Because we shaded in 40 boxes. So there's our, I don't know what color to write in. Similar to when we did the fraction multiplication boxes. So similar, math sound effects, similar to this stuff. I don't know where it is. Here we go. We started going one direction, and then we would flip and go the other direction. That's the same sort of thing we're going to do here. So now we're going to do the 1/10 off. Sorry, our 1/10 off. Take a different color highlighter, going the different direction. We're going to shade a 1/10. And what we care about, just like the last time we did this sort of work, is the doubly shaded.
Mine makes it really clear with the double shaded.
So how many are the doubly shaded? Ooh, yeah, 0.04, right? So in money terms, how would we say that correctly? 4 cents. So the new price, what's he going to pay after the discount? No, because 4 cents is how much he's going to take off. Remember, the 1/10 is 1/10 off. So yeah, say it again. How much? 36 cents. Questions on what we did? We showed 40 cents. Then we showed a 1/10 of it by going the other direction. If I was you, would indicate what got doubly shaded. Draw a box around it or something. Maybe point an arrow to it. So now I want you to read 60. Well, actually, does anyone else want to read? Matt, you want to go ahead and read? I couldn't tell whose hand went up first, but you got to speak up, man.
While in the sporting goods store, Howard found some new running shoes. Advertisers weigh only 70% as much as his old running shoes. His old shoes weighed 0.8 kilograms. Was that the definition?
Yeah. Or 8/10 if you want to say it right. But yeah, kilograms is kg. Yep.
Use the problem below to determine how much these new shoes weigh.
So I think the important parts that we're working with here are the 0.8 kilograms or the 8/10 kilograms and the 70%. So if I was you, I would highlight my 0.8 kilograms. And guys, if you want my advice, I would do that in like yellow because it's lighter. And then we're going to do 70% as blue. Wait, is that like a discount? 70% as much. Does that mean the new shoes weigh more than half of the old ones or less than half of the old ones?
I imagine it's just shoes. I assume it's half.
70% as much. More than a half, right? You're going to be left with 70%. All right, before we try to do the percent, let's just shade in 0.8 kilograms. So these are tenths, right? If I have 10 columns. So to shade in 8/10, we're going to shade in 8 of these, right? So just don't shade in 2 of them. So we're essentially going to shade in this box 8 wide, 10 tall. We're going to shade in 8 kilograms, or sorry, 8/10. Careful how heavy you go because your homework is on the back of this. That's also why I'm saying go lighter on the bigger part. So I'm saying use a lighter color on the bigger part. All right, that was our 0.8 kilograms. Now I want to shade that the new ones are 70% as much as the old. Who can talk me through how I can shade 70% of the old up here? Kamal?
Shade 7/10.
Do I go vertically or horizontally now? So I'm going to just count 3 down because then I know there's 7 left. green and yellow sort of make blue kind of fun, depending.
The blue and yellow make green.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I got my color matching wrong. Blue and yellow make green. Sorry, it's been a while since I've been in art.
I'm still in art.
How many of our boxes got doubly shaded? Well, wait, guys. How wide, I'm going to make it blue since I said it. How wide is this? The top was 8 wide, right? How tall did we make this? 7. What's 8 times 7? 56, but what? 56 what? Hey, guys, don't guess. Hold on. What are these grids? These are what grids? Hundredths. So, guys, this 56 that we just got is 56 hundredths. Down here, guys, what we just did, we took our 0.8. We started with 0.8. 70%. Guys, what decimal is 70%? 0.7 or 0.70. You don't have to write that second zero. But what we did, 8 tenths times 7 tenths. Hey guys, look up here. I'm going to write this a different way. 8 tenths times 7 tenths. How do we multiply fractions? Straight through the top, straight through the bottom. So what's 8 times 7? What's 10 times 10? 100 times. Don't fall into the trapdoor of adding. So our answer, 56 hundredths. Guys, multiplying decimals can be, I'm not going to say it is, can be as, that's going to be the bad word, the same difficulty as fractions. Or, hey, here's the other, and I would maybe like, we had out that we were supposed to have graph paper out. But guys, if you want to write this another way, we can do 0.8. We know there's one decimal place there. Times, and we could do parentheses if we want to clean this up. 0.7, one decimal place here. So how many decimal places in total should I have in the answer? 2. This is the other kind of trick with multiplying decimals. So now, what is 8 times 7? 56. Does it take up our spaces? Yes. If it didn't, we would need to add some extra zeros on the left. So I want you guys to kind of practice that as we break up. Don't worry, we're not breaking up. Not until May. Then I have to give you guys up to 8th grade. This problem, I would out here, I would write out, this is really 2.3 times 1.4. Hint, this is in your homework, but you're going to have to set up the rectangle. So if you have this written down, it'll be a whole lot easier to remember what we're doing. So now fill in the generic rectangle like we did on our previous homework with what products go inside of there. Try this out. Talk with your partner. We're multiplying to get the products inside of there. The products, yes.
I'm a product kind of person.
That bottom right square, that bottom right square, the rectangle I should say. Careful with that bottom right. this year. We use a protractor this year.
Oh, we're gonna use a protractor this year?
Absolutely. We start to use more furnaces. So I've been cleaning out my closets to try to have better organization of all my tools.
That protractor. Oh, I accidentally. I thought you meant like a literal tractor.
Devin! Top left box. 2, because this is 2 times 1. Right, we're playing like Battleship. We're also going to play Battleship this year eventually.
I love Battleship.
Bethany, top right box.
0.3.
Yeah, because 1 times 0.3. Carolina, bottom left. No, wait, not here today, unless she showed up since I tried to pass out papers. Carolina, feel better. Hopefully you watch this video. Ooh, if you watch this video and you come back to school and tell me purple rhinoceros is running through Macy's, I will give you candy. Yeah, if you're sick and you go watch the videos, I will sometimes leave a secret phrase for you to come tell me, and it'll be worth candy. 2 times 0.8, Emery. What do we get bottom left here?
0.8.
Yeah, sorry, I said the answer when I was trying to say the problem. 2 times 0.4 gave us 0.8. And then, Matt, 3/10 times 4/10. If we want to think it out, 3/10 times 4/10. 12 hundredths. So 0.12 is 12 hundredths, right? We end in the hundredth spot. So then we total it all up. Guys, I would grab these pieces first. 0.3 and 0.8 make 1.1. 3.1. 3.22. Right, I would first grab these. Those together make 1.1. Then if we add the 2, that's 3.1. And then add the 0.12 more, or 12 hundredths more. And there we go. Jack? Sorry, I thought you had a hand. Safe, was that a hand? Life is surprising, right? So this is exactly the same as our old school stacked multiplication. It just makes more sense in our brain, guys. Your old school stacked multiplication, then it was like, well, what do I do with the decimal? Where do I carry it down? What do I, like, guys, it makes more sense when we break it apart like this. I want you to try the problem. You're gonna need graph paper for this. I mean, I'd keep it out because we might have homework time today. I would like you and your partner to try. I'm going to change color just for fun. Oh, it's Halloween. Might as well use orange.
Every time I open my binder, one of these weird little clear things pops up. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know.
Try that multiplication. Hey guys, I can tell some of us aren't even writing down the problem I'm asking you to try, encouraging me to make a seating chart, which already, block 3, is pretty close to getting a seating chart, so it wouldn't be much more for me to do it. Once you think you guys have that one done, or if you can't decide on an answer to that, these are your next problems to try and solve. So this is your first one that, if it feels tough, try the other 3 first. If this one feels too tough, try the other 3 first. This is a different problem.
Okay.
It's tougher. But if this feels too tough, do the other 3 first.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and do my 0.3 times 0.6. Right, that's a different problem. Is there any addition sign between them? Then is it multiplication? Yes. Yeah, if they haven't put the numbers in parentheses, it helps us if we do. But this one in orange, oh, that feels like it's kind of tough.
Mr. Hudson, I'm realizing that you haven't cussed in a while.
Easy.
Guys, we should have 4 different problems happening on our paper. If that one in orange is too tough, do the ones in blue first. If you want to make them fractions, we know how to deal with fractions. Yes. Is what? No. How do you read this number? 16. Oh yeah, trick or treat. If you are trick or treating, and if you would like to try to earn a handful of candy, my quadrant of Worthington that I live in, if you know where Hard Road is, you know Kilhorn is that way, and you know where Smoky Road is, Smoky Row Road, I think is actually what it's called. So like Powell is up this way, right? Little Caesars is right here. I live in this neighborhood. So if you are out trick or treating,
I actually live so close.
I know. I've seen a couple of you at the bus stop before. You guys don't see me driving by, but
I live far away from you.
I'm so very sorry.
I actually live like no, but it doesn't matter. If you're past that,
Moving
go down to
on,
Southwood,
hey
I
Emery,
live-
stop because I have class to teach. Ashley, we're gonna skip the orange one for a moment. Can you talk me through this blue 0.3 times 0.6? I could say it better than that, but can you talk me through that? Okay. So Ashley said 3 times 6 is 18. And then how did you know that we needed 2 decimal places? So you're right, but we have to be a bit more critical. We'll talk about that in a minute, but Ashley, you're 100% right. This comes out to be 0.18 or 18 hundredths. If you wrote it as a fraction, 3 tenths times 6 tenths, 18 hundredths, right? Raiden, stop. I just can't focus. Like, literally, you're right in my, I can't focus, man. Kamal, can you help me with this second one here? Ooh, so we're marking our decimal places. I'm actually going to, on my second decimal place, I like to do 2 lines. So like up here, actually if I bounce questions, up here I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 up there. But all right, back down to here, Kamal. Ooh, crap, wait, I see a negative here. Do I need to care about that?
Yeah.
Whoa, you're not Kamal? Oh, I mean, thank you. That was kind of exciting. But, so Kamal, do I need to care about this? What's that going to do to my answer? So we know our answer is going to be negative. Remember, 1 negative involved in multiplication stays negative. I can put it in parentheses if I want. All right, what about the 5 and the 4 and the decimal places? What do we do? Okay, 5 times 4 equals 20. So does that... So wait, how many decimal places do I want to use? So I want to use 2 decimal places. What numbers am I going to put here? But wait, but this is 0. Does that count as a number? Yes. So guys, this counts. Even though it's a 0, that 0 counts as one of our numbers in the decimal places because Kamal said I did 5 times 4 and got 20. Guys, let's check this out. 5 tenths, 4 tenths. This is negative though, so our answer is going to become negative. What's 5 times 4? 20. What's 10 times 10? 100. Safe. In this third one, I see some negatives. Let's look at those first. What do those tell me, or what do I need to do?
The bad guys make good guys, you know?
So be careful, because here talking bad guys, good guys is kind of complicated. But you're right. The opposite of bad guy, or the opposite of negative, we become positive. Right? So if you want to make a little note, we got negative times negative. It makes positive.
Okay.
Sweet.
You got 0.14 for my answer.
2 tenths, 7 tenths, 14 hundredths. Seems like it makes sense. Jack. Sorry, man. You got the tough one.
Okay.
What do I do up here?
You add, okay.
First, what I did, I multiplied the tenths by 3,
Okay.
and that got me 30.
Okay, so Jack did like 10 times 3 is 30. Okay.
And then 3 times 6 is 18.
Okay.
And you add those together.
So Jack got like 30 and 18. I'd probably make little notes on my paper. 48. Okay. So 16 times 3 is really what Jack did. And got 48. Now you might know that. I don't really know my 16s. But okay, Jack, go ahead. Is it 48 tenths, 48 hundredths, or like what do we...
4,800.
So when I look at the problem set up, how many decimal places get used in the setup? 3. That tells us we're going to have to use 3 decimal places. Hey guys, this is the most important problem in the lesson. So if you haven't paid attention to anything else, pay attention to this. 1, 2, 3 decimal places. Sorry, I said that weird. Tells us the answer has to involve 3 decimal places. Now let's pause for a moment and go think fractions. 3 tenths times, how do I read this? 16 hundredths. 3 times 16 we said is 10 times 48 thousandths. So where's my 48 go? First and second spots or second and third spots? Ooh. So wait, if I put 4 there, 8 there, what do I put here? You gotta put an extra 0 here in order to fill all of the decimal spaces we need. Guys, that's the most important part of this lesson, is when we're multiplying decimals. The amount of decimals in the setup tell us how many decimal places we need to use in the answer. If needed, we're going to put extra zeros to the left. Because putting an extra 0 to the right, if I did 0.480, now I made my answer 480. My answer's not 480. It's 48. Right? So I need to keep 48 as 48. You have the next 4 minutes to work on your homework. Also, the much awaited candy corn contest results. Mr. Estes is still trying to see if AI will make a guess because he took a picture of it. But if you would like to know the teacher guesses, Miss Hauer guessed 211. She had said more than 2, and I said quit being a middle schooler. Mrs. Fisher guessed 85. Miss Hassanein said at least 6. We're playing Price is Right rules, right? Price is Right is closest without going over. She just didn't want to guess. Mrs. Pettigrew guessed 224. What? Mr. Combs guessed 100. Mr. Estes guessed 78. And the winner from this class with a guess that was 3 away from the actual answer. I'm curious if they know that their guess was 3 away. The actual amount of candy corn in here was 160. meaning that one of the winners, I have to award two of you guys because two of you actually got 3 away from the actual amount, is Matt. Matt guessed 163. Matt guessed 163, and therefore, Matt, I owe you candy. Let's talk about that later. You guys still have 2 minutes to work on homework.